9th of March 25. It's Sunday, and I'm just following Rupert Law, Nigel Farage fallout, and Rupert's been kicked out of the party apparently. He's been suspended, but they said they're not bringing him back. So, but he's been doing a lot of quote tweets, as I would call them. So let's see what he's saying. I have been informed by a reliable source that senior reform figures have been briefing journalists that I have dementia. In politics, there is rough and tumble, I get that, but this is sick. What they're doing to me is disgusting. I mean, he is out of control the way he's tweeting and that, but I'm liking quite most of the stuff he's saying. Well, about mass migration anyway, and not anything else really, you know. And this is the problem, as I've said. We can't go vote for single issues. We've got to vote for party hampers. And at the moment, all the party hampers, it depends how you see mass migration. If you see it as a mayonnaise, a very nice mayonnaise, or a not so nice mayonnaise, and all of them have got mayonnaise in their party hampers, really. It'd be nice if there was one that didn't have any mayonnaise at all, you know. Yeah. So really, I think we really need a mass migration party, really, because I'm voting for reform because of a protest vote on one issue, mass migration. So I'm not really bothered about it falling out, you know. I'm not seeing as oh no, they've got such a great manifesto or whatever policies. They've got such great policies. I mean, I'm only bothered that they're seen as being the ones that are bad for mass migration, even though they're not really. They're pretty tame on it, really. They want net zero, which last year would have been about 400,000 coming in from the third world or something. So rather than 1.4 million or whatever it was. So they're not that good, you know. You really got to stop it altogether. So, but they're the only protest vote about this in town at the moment. So I'm not bothered if they. I mean, if Rupert's not going to be, at least he's still an MP. Um, so maybe he can just keep doing what he's doing, really, basically. Maybe even say even more uh, if he feels even more, you know. Because apparently with reform they don't like what he's saying about mass migration, basically. So that's the thing that everyone's latching on to, really is. That's why they like him. So, uh, yeah, so maybe it'll be better. And he could join UKIP, maybe, or maybe he could start a new party. Him, Ben Habib, Suella Braverman, Liz Truss, Robert Jenrick, even, you know. As long as they do some sort of agreement with reform when it comes to individual seats, so that the left can't tactically vote against them. Because what usually happens, this happens in Europe as well, but what the left do usually is that since it's Labour, Green and Lib Dem are all left, one or two of them will drop out so that the other one's getting all the left votes, you know. Because it is interesting, like for the last 75 years or whatever, we have been a left voting country, really, because the Tories have been the only right wing vote, centre right, really. Um, and they've never been over 50%, I don't think, maybe in 1952 or something, I can't remember. But so we've always been left leaning, but as I say, I would be left leaning if there was one that was left leaning plus no migration, you know, zero migration. But at the moment, that doesn't look possible. The Social Democrat Party or something like that, but for a start, I don't know why they don't change their name to something like Patriotic Labour Party. And also, hardly any candidates in the general election, so you can like them all they want. You can't vote for them. What all I want is for someone to be at the election. I don't even mind if it's a rubber doll or whatever, or you know, just a paper candidate, and it's called something like the No to Mass Migration Party or something, or Stop immigration party. Just that message, that's all. Because I think it's quite an important thing, you know, like, it's probably the most important thing, really. So, yeah, that's all I want. So let's see what Rupert's been saying anyway. So an hour ago he was saying, ever since this malicious attack on my reputation was launched, all I have asked for is both reform in the KC, that's the King's Council, or the King's Council, a lawyer, as credible evidence against me. None has been provided, it still hasn't. The KC has said she has been chasing for that. I have received nothing because there is no credible evidence against me. On Friday night this was sent to me by the KC. I advised that you should simply say that the party was precipitous to state that these allegations had been made without also saying that the party has commissioned an independent investigation and the investigation has not yet got underway to look at all the evidence and evaluate its veracity. So the KC hasn't really said anything in favour of Rupert. She's just said that it hasn't started yet, and she's not happy that parties have put a statement out or whatever. So I have spoken with the KC at length on the phone and through message. I've got to know her over the last week and she has been very helpful and is a charming lady who's trying to do her job in the very difficult position the reform has put her in. To suggest that I have not cooperated is an outright lie by Lee Anderson in Reform. I have been in discussions with my legal team this afternoon and this will be followed by legal action in due course. I will not have my name dragged through the mud as part of a political assassination because I dared to question Nigel Farage. You have to stand up to bullies, and I am doing exactly that. I mean, really, I've seen, as I say, Rupert is not much of a team player, really, by the looks of it. Although, he has been with Nigel for a long time, with the Brexit Party as well, in 2019, and Nigel says he wasn't like that in the old days, but he's saying good things, so it's a bit like Donald Trump tweeting, although I don't agree with Donald Trump apart from mass migration again. So, in a way, I'm not really bothered. It might do some good overall if we end up with another party on the right, as long as they don't null each other at individual elections, you know. It'd be alright if it was proportional representation, but because we get first past the post, the archaic first past the post system. So 4 hours ago, Rupert wrote, preparing for a peaceful trip to Westminster, my already short list of friends in Parliament has just got dramatically shorter. The vehicle required to transport my parliamentary party has dropped from a black cab to a moped. At least the doormen like me. So, 8 hours ago, Nigel Farage refers to Reform as his party. It's not Nigel's party, it's not my party, it's certainly not Yusuf's party. It belongs to the members. They built it as much as Nigel or any of us. Spending their £25 on this vindictive plot to kick me out is a betrayal. So, Tice has inadvertently revealed what is really going on. I'm not welcome back in the party, even if my innocence is proven. That is coordinated job to force me out of Reform, and has nothing to do with their false and damaging allegations against me. So 12 hours ago I wrote, so this was at 10 a.m. about 10 a.m. today. This is important. I want to break down the Reform statement about me in full and show you how it is maliciously concocted to drag my name through the mud with zero credible evidence against me, all because I dared to pose a few reasonable questions of Reform's leadership. It is with regret that we feel obligated to disclose that the party received complaints from 2 female employees about serious bullying in the offices of the Member of Parliament for Greater Yarmouth, Rupert Lowe. These allegations are not against me personally, but the office. Both of these employees only raised their complaints once disciplinary proceedings had started against both of them for serious offences. They both admitted to these offences. No complaints whatsoever before. Parliamentary HR were involved in every step of the way, and full parliamentary process was followed. One of the individuals later dropped her appeal. They were parliamentary employees, not Reform employees. So I don't know what that's about, really. You know, if it's not even him that's meant to have done the whatever slight that they felt. One worked in his parliamentary office, the other in his constituency office. We understand complaints have been made to parliamentary authorities. I've heard nothing from the parliamentary authorities. Again, HR have been fully supportive every step of the way. I have had a huge amount of evidence to prove it. Evidence was provided to us of workplace bullying, the targeting of female staff who raised concerns and evidence of derogatory and discriminatory remarks made about women, including reference to a perceived disability. I did not make these remarks. The comments mentioned refer to a different member of staff's remarks, vindictively leaked in private WhatsApp messages by one of the individuals who was going through the disciplinary process. She resigned before that process could finish. Our MP is now responsible for mildly inappropriate comments at their staff making private conversations. So it doesn't even seem like it's him that even made the comments. So yeah, you can read the rest of it. This is total nonsense. In December's year and I had a robust debate. We moved on, or so I thought. This was when then reported to the police the day after I raised concerns about the party leadership, months after the event. What a disgraceful waste of police time, weaponising the police process to blacken my name. Yeah, so I don't know, it just seems all crazy really, but like I say, it might work out for the better. Just keep on tweeting, keep tweeting how you were, and if you feel even freer to write about things about mass migration, because what we really need is a single issue party, really. They keep coming with their party hampers, Here's their party hamper, here's another hamper. No. I mean, the Brexit party, that was the idea behind the Brexit party. It was a one issue thing. That's what we need again. We just need a mass migration skeptic party, basically. Stop it, pause it, if you want to call it that. And Ben Habib's getting in as well. See, I don't agree with all these guys, all the other policies, but it's the only place you can really go on mass migration, really, at the moment. Yes, this is interesting. Guess how many Reform MPs have submitted? Low 965, Tice 120, Farage 20. Yeah. Yes, he's really putting them all to shame in Parliament because Parliament is part-time, basically. After Prime Minister's questions and when they all saunter home, a lot of them. And on a Monday they might stay quite long. The Tuesday they don't. They used to, but Tony Blair changed it so that women could get home and stuff. So that's even less hours, All the parliaments are like that, the Scottish Parliament, the Parliament. They should all be 365 days a year, 24/7. If that means more MPs, maybe 2 or 3 a constituency, so be it. But that's how it should be unless nothing needs changed, So that's written questions, yes. Rupert's putting everyone to shame on Parliament, really. So that must be annoying the other reformists, They probably like the part-time. When I say part-time, I mean Parliament. I don't mean their constituency and that, or whatever else they do. Nigel's got his news show and stuff. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes. So that's all I've got to say about that for now. I'm not bothered if he's kicked out, because just keep tweeting, Rupert. Keep doing what you do in Parliament. You were a one-man show, really, anyways. Talk about mass migration more and multiculturalism and stuff like that. Just keep going the way you are. You might end up in UKIP, you might end up a new party. Just make sure when it comes to actual elections, it doesn't split the vote, Do some sort of deal with reform or whatever. But yeah, worry about that later.